I'm Jennifer Lont. I'm a Homeworks by Precept consultant, and I am here today to talk about advanced students. What do you do when you find out that your kids are excelling in school? They're doing really well. You might be wondering if maybe you need to enroll them in a special program, or maybe you need to find a different special curriculum for them. Or maybe you just think, let's skip ahead, let's skip a grade, or let's skip this subject to make sure that the work is challenging enough for them. I decided early on with my own two boys that I didn't want to have any gaps in their educations. So what we do is we work systematically, grade by grade, subject by subject, through the scope and sequence. Our video course teachers talk about it like this. You are building a wall. So every subject that you complete, every grade level that you complete is adding another layer to this wall, another row of bricks. If you skip ahead, you may end up with an impressive tall tower, but it will have weak spots. So take time to go through subject by subject, grade by grade. Now during this time, you can be teaching your child a couple different things. You can be teaching them that they need to work to learn. Some students can get A's without much effort at all. The goal is not the A. The goal is to learn to learn. So teach them to ask questions, teach them to go deeper, teach them to go beyond, teach them to look things up and find out more about the subject. You can also be teaching them that they need to be learning to work. They need to learn to put in effort. A lot of times kids who excel in school don't have to put in much effort. We need to teach them that this is what they need to be doing to use what God has given them for His glory. So they need to learn to be disciplined and diligent, and they need to put in work and effort. I am happy to say that BJU Press Homeschool curriculum has had everything we need to teach my kids. They are thriving, and I'd like to show you how you can specifically use the curriculum to teach your kids who are advanced in school. One of the strengths of BJU Press Homeschool curriculum is that it includes a variety of activities that meet the needs of a variety of students. I'd like to start by showing you our newly revised kindergarten curriculum, Focus on Fives. And today I want to take you to lesson 77. It's one of my favorites, about the dairy farm. And one of the first activities that you get to do is make butter. So you're going to go to the kitchen and you're going to get out a jar or a container and pour heavy cream about halfway up the container, and then put the lid on tightly, and then give it to your child and tell him to start shaking it. And as he shakes, you're going to talk with him about the dairy farm, and you will be able to find out what he knows already and then take it a little bit further. So you can talk about where milk comes from and how God designed things and how God provides for us. And just keep talking with him about the farm. Take turns shaking, he'll get tired. And then eventually you will start to notice that the cream sounds different and it feels different when you shake it. So when you open it up, you'll find that inside you have got some butter. So you can get out some bread or maybe a muffin or something and put some butter on it and share this butter with your child, which is really special and fun for both of you. Then you'll go back to wherever you do school and get out a sheet of paper, and the next part of the lesson is writing a paragraph. Now, even advanced students will not be able to compose a paragraph by themselves. So what you're going to do is you are going to do the writing, and you are going to ask some leading questions to help them know what needs to be written. So you might start by saying, what did we just do in the kitchen? We made butter. So you write down, we made butter. And then you ask, what was the first thing that we did to make the butter? And if your child gets distracted or goes off on a tangent on any part of this process, you can just ask another question to bring them back to where they need to go. So there's no pressure. We're keeping it all positive. And you say, well, okay, but what was the very first thing we did? We poured cream in a jar. So you write that down. And then what did we do next? We shook it. What happened to the cream when we shook it? It turned into butter. And then you can close the paragraph with asking them their opinion about it so they can relate to what you just did. So how did it taste? And they might say, it tasted delicious. So now you're going to look at this paragraph that you just wrote together. Your child already knows everything you just did. They already, they heard you talk about it. They said the words themselves. Now they're going to connect what they are seeing with what they already know, this context in their minds. So you are going to look at the first sentence together. And you can prompt them, you can help them through. They're not all strong readers yet, but the more that you read together in this way, the better that they will do connecting words with ideas. So you can read, we made butter. First we put cream in a jar, then we shook it, and help them through reading their paragraph. This, not only is it great practice for reading, but it helps them understand that they can write. They can take their ideas and put them down on paper. And then when Dad comes home, your child can take the story to Dad and say, look what we did, and Dad can look at it with them. I like to type up these stories and put them in a 3-prong folder so that as we went throughout the year, we could keep adding stories, and eventually it made a really neat memory book, something that they really will treasure. We still have ours from years ago. So you have physically done this activity. You have read, you have written, you have phonics work to do next, and some handwriting. There are plenty of activities to do in the lesson. And then when we get to the end, this is the other thing that I wanted to show you. At the end of the lesson, there are extended activities. These are great for when you have a child who just can't get enough. So there are a couple books that are recommended here. You can request them at the library. You can look for similar books. There are games here so they can move their bodies while they are thinking about what you learned. There are more sentences to practice and extra handwriting practice. And then the next thing I wanted to show you is this song. There is a song about a little frog who started swimming in some cream. When frogs swim, they kick. And the froggy's kicking and his paddling is going to do what? It's going to make butter. So you're not just teaching your child a cute song. I'm bringing this up because I want to show you how critical thinking is in every lesson in BJU Press Homeschool. We're not singing a song about shaking butter in a jar or shaking cream in a jar to make butter. And this isn't even a song about using an old wooden churn and pushing the dasher up and down until the cream turns into butter. This is a song about something, it's silly, but it's an application of what your child already knows. He knows from this lesson today that agitating cream makes it turn into butter. So when you sing this song together, not only are you having fun, but your child is applying his knowledge in a new way. And I really think that those are neat things about the curriculum. It's fun, it's engaging, it has a variety of activities that really do meet the needs of a variety of students, even advanced students. And then these pages of extended activities at the end of the lessons, they give you more where you can go beyond, you can go deeper, you can help your child with critical thinking or understanding with more depth. I'm going to be making some new videos that show you how you can use BJU Press Homeschool materials to teach your advanced student. I will be working my way through subject by subject so that you can get some specific ideas that you can use in your homeschool. But in the meantime, I would like to leave you with one final thought. You don't have to be the best. You just have to do your best. So if your child is getting lazy A's, that's not acceptable. This thought also frees us up to love our neighbor. When you're not worried about beating your neighbor or being better than your neighbor, it frees you up to cheer for your neighbor. So whatever it is that God has given to you, whatever ability, whatever talent you have, do your best. Use it to the best of your ability for His glory.